All right, now that we know how to log into our Chrome account, let's check out the Google Workspace. So, one more time, log into your NSBSD account. And in the top right hand corner, you're going to see a little grid. People will call it a waffle sometimes, kind of looks like it. And you can go ahead, click on that, and click right into the drive. If you want to scroll down a little bit and just kind of see what they have available for you, it's a lot. But let's just look at the drive right now. All right, as you can see, there's quite a few things going on here. We are not going to go through a whole bunch. This is just a really quick, really informal overview of how this can be used and what the benefits are to using the Google Drive space. If you go over to the left-hand corner and click New, this is where you can create new documents, resources. There's a lot of different options in here. Again, kind of like on the grid, you can just see a ton of availability. And when you click it, and click open, it's just going to automatically create something. One of my favorite aspects of this is the collaborability. I don't know if that's a word, but you can share these documents with other people so they can have full access, viewing access, or commenting access. So I'm going to go ahead. You do have to have a title on things before you can share them. So I'm just going to call this the test document. And just for funsies, I'm going to write it over here as well. And then in the right-hand corner, I'm going to click share. So right now, with that little lock, we can see it's private only to me. Only I have access to this. Even if I share out this exact link to anybody, they still wouldn't be able to access this. It would come up with a big page that says like, hey, you can't be in here, but you can ask for permission to join. So that's nice. But if I want to avoid that, which I always do, I click the share button. And I can either add people specifically. So maybe I only want Reggie to have access to this. I only want Kim to see this. So I can click them and whoop, there we go. And click send. If having the notify people selected means that they're going to send an email out to them so that they know they have access now. And I can adjust how much access they have. Maybe I don't want Kim to be able to edit what I'm writing in there. I just want her to view it. And then maybe I'm looking for some feedback. I don't want her editing it, but I want her to be able to point out, this is missing. Let's reword this. Oh, this sounds really good. Then I give her commenter access. You can leave a little message in there saying, hey, would love to get your eyes on this. Give me some feedback, blah, blah, blah. And then I go ahead and click send. I'm not going to actually send this because Kim's going to be like, why are you sending me this? And I don't need to. The other cool thing I can do, though, if I don't have a specific person I want it to, but I want it to go out to a lot of people, there's general access at the bottom. So right now, again, restricted, nobody has access. You can click this, and anyone with the link means anyone, literally anybody who gets this link can open it. And again, once I decide that, I can adjust that accessibility. Can they edit it? Can they comment on it? Or can they just view it? I really like having the North Slope Borough School District as an option, though. It means to access it, you must be logged into your NSBSD account, but it kind of keeps things more secure in our space and is a nice way for me to make sure that, the information is going out to the people that need it. And again, I can adjust what the role of the receiver is. And something I didn't point out before, though, when I was wanting just a person on there, you could have an expiration date on it. So maybe they have until September 3rd to get something done. Expiration, now they don't have access to it anymore. All right. So one of the challenges I've run into on both sides as someone who sends things out and then as someone who receives documents, it is that accessibility. A way to avoid that, especially if you are working in a big collaborative space like, a school, you can create shared drives. shared drives are actually really, really helpful to share the ownership, especially as we know, people can come and go. We can lose access to things as profiles get added, deleted, what have you. And it can get really challenging to find documents again. So having a shared drive kind of mitigates that. And you go over to the shared drive, right click on it and click new shared drive. If you don't have any yet, I'm going to call this one Kaktovik. Hopefully I spelled it correctly. And I'm going to click create. So now I've got the Kaktovik shared drive. If I click down here again, I can see that. There's only one person. There's only me in here, which is not fun. So I would have to add people in the same manner that I did that before. This is not going to be a full everyone in at one time thing. You do have to add one at a time. So it could be beneficial to kind of have maybe a spreadsheet already done with everyone's email addresses that's coming into your school district, into your school, just to make it quicker. But adding members will, again, allow them access to it. And then automatically everything that's put into that shared drive is shared. If someone leaves the district, they can still delete things that they own. And it can become a little bit more of a chase it down situation, but having it in that shared space, it just provides almost another little like safety level of like, this is going to be accessible later to everyone who needs it. And there's not going to be a lot of chasing down permissions. So I really like the shared drives for that. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. Maybe. There we go. Another aspect of using Google is going to be making sure that your account is accessible if the internet goes out. So it is cloud-based. You can access everything that's on here as long as you're logged in on some computer. It doesn't have to be your own personal one. But one of the ways to do that, if you go up to the gear almost always means settings. And we will want to sync files between the cloud and your computer. We will do that later, though. I'll have a whole other video about that. But I'm going to go ahead and click settings. Scroll down. I can see how much I've used, 1.19 gigabytes. Not bad. I think that's a pretty respectable amount. A little story about me, though. I used to work here 6-7 years ago. When I came back, all of my stuff from when I was here was still in my Google Drive from my prior employment at North Slope. And I thought that was really cool, really handy, because some of it's still relevant and I could use it. So you want to make sure as you scroll down, always kind of look through the settings and see what's gonna benefit you the most. But do make sure the offline is selected. Knowing how internet functions in our villages, there's going to be times where it just goes in and out really quickly too, where you're, you may have access, you may not within the span of 10 minutes. Like you can lose it and regain it 5 times. If you don't have this selected and you have a document open, you won't be able to work in that document if this isn't selected and you lose internet connectivity. If that's selected, you will still be able to have access to it. It just won't be able to sync until the internet connectivity is regained. So do make sure that your offline is selected. It may take a minute depending on how much, again, I have 1.19 gigabytes in there. When I selected it, I just recently selected it. It took about 5 minutes, I think, for it to get all set up. But just let it run and it should be fine. All right, so that's a really quick overview of Google Drive, how to use it, some of the benefits of it. Again, if you would like any further workshop opportunities or just guidance on how to use this space, please let me know. I would love to help you out. I can do one-on-ones. I can do group work. I think it's great, though. And again, it can be a lot of fun. All right, thanks.